And I just want to encourage you and let you know that like what you're doing, like you're moving forward. You're moving forward. If you're following God, you're always moving forward. There's no backwards movement in God. He's using every season. He's using everything. And all you've got to do is just trust him and keep following him and keep seeking him. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another video on the channel. My name is theTILAGO. If you're new around here, I talk about all things faith, the faith journey, and living in and on purpose. And so today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be giving you basically we're just doing a car chat. I just want to talk to you guys about what's happening in my life. And you've already seen the title. I am moving back in to my parents' house, and so I'm doing that, and I'm recording this video because I really want to mark this day, like mark this time in this season of my life, because I want to be able to look back at this video in a year's time and be like, yo, my life is completely different and it could have only been God. I just feel like he's like urging me to mark this time, and I have been paying attention to when God says mark this day or mark this season or whatever, and so that's what I'm doing with this video. You guys are just coming along in a moment of obedience with me. So forgive me if you annoyed by the car noise. I just feel like this is the best time for me to record this rather than doing it at my apartment, but hopefully you can hear me and all the things. But I'm gonna pretty much talk through like how I've come to the decision to move back in, the feelings I've had, the backstory of it all, and the goals that I've set or that I'm setting over this next year, and the things that I want to see and that I want to do and that I want to be. And so in terms of backstory, so that this video is not too long, in terms of the backstory, I've lived away from my parents literally for like 10 years. I went to college, then I went to grad school and in another state. I was in Atlanta, and so I live in Charlotte now. And so I had been away for 10 years, and basically, why did she get over here and then go slow, girl? Okay, so anyway, basically I lived away for 10 years, and in 2020 I was in a medical field, so I was in sports medicine. 2020 came and my program got cut, and so I was laid off, and so I was kind of trying to figure out like what to do with my life. And essentially, the best decision for me was to move back home, especially during that time where it was hard to find positions, and also I wanted to change industries. And so I was like, let me go back home, regroup, and I was yearning to get back to North Carolina anyway. So I came back at the end of 2020, and so I had been with my parents from 2020 till I just moved out again in December 2023. So like maybe like 7 months ago, right? And I live right down the street. But anyway, I moved out, and I moved out because I really thought it was time, first of all, and I still believe that I was supposed to move out, but I really thought it was time. And I was in a really bad place in like October, November. I had gotten to a really, really bad like mental, emotional, spiritual place, like where I just wasn't doing well, and I just didn't feel like myself. I felt like my whole life needed to change. I was just kind of all over the place and really down in the dumps, and I felt like the only like thing I needed to do, or things I need to do, like I needed to shift a lot of stuff in my life. And so I felt like, I prayed about it in that season, and I really felt like God was like, okay, the first step you can take is to move out. The second step you can take is to get a different job, or like move on from this position. And so it was just like all these steps, but it was step by step that he was leading me, and I was really seeking him for that. And so I'm really grateful for these past 7 months in my apartment. It's been beautiful, but I just needed that time to just like breathe, right? You know how sometimes like you get into crisis mode and you're like, everything has to shift. Like I just need to move everything around, and I need a breather. I needed a breather. And so that's what I did. I got a breather. I feel so much better. I'm in such a much better place, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, in all the ways, honestly. And so yeah, I'm really grateful for the 7 months that I've been in my apartment. Now, how did we get to the point of determining we need to move out again or move in again? So my number one goal in terms of dwelling is to be a homeowner. I know that some people are like, you're okay with renting for the rest of your life. You feel like that's okay and all the things. And I feel like renting is okay too. Like clearly I've been a renter for many different times. However, I know that I am supposed to be a homeowner. I feel it in the depths of my bones. I feel it in my blood. Like I am supposed to be a homeowner. Sorry for the shaking. I'm supposed to own a home. And I feel like it's something that God is like, he is saying, he has said yes to for me, right? And so as I've been in this apartment, of course, as you can imagine, everything's expensive right now. It's July 2024, so you know, everything's expensive. And I have definitely not been saving as much as I want to save. Haven't been able to. I definitely haven't been able to pay down as much debt as I want to pay. I still have, you know, student loan debt. I've definitely racked up some more credit card debt since I've been in this apartment. And I was just like, you know, I'm going farther and farther away from my goal, right? And I had kind of noticed that within like around the same time that the other piece that I'm about to talk about happened. But I just wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable enough to like make some changes and shifts and actually say that I needed to move out, right? So the next thing that happens is about month 4 of me being in my apartment, somebody moves in down below me, the apartment below me, and I eventually find out that Shawty is on her balcony, which is built off of our balconies are built off of our bedrooms. And so my balcony and her balcony sit right on top of each other. Our bedrooms sit right on top of each other. She is on her balcony all throughout the night, like from 10 p.m. to like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. on the phone talking, having friends over at that time, singing loud like she's at a concert, like just a lot happening, y'all. And I was just getting so like frustrated, and because I finally figured out where it was coming from. I thought it was coming from right beside me, so I wasn't really tripping because I was like, well, I'm in an apartment, I should expect to hear some noise. But when I realized it's you down below me outside at night, all throughout the night, no ma'am, absolutely not. And so that is how I believe that God really got me more uncomfortable, or as uncomfortable as I needed to get to make a move, to make some changes. Because I've been reporting this for like 3 months, y'all. And the office has been, you know, reaching out, has been contacting, has been having meetings and all these things with her. Sorry, it just sounds like somebody was like coming up on me. Okay, no, that was on the highway. But anyway, so it just like, I have been reporting, the office have been doing everything they could, but it just has continued to happen. And it would happen maybe like once or twice a week. Some weeks she'd be out there all the time. It just was a lot. It was just a lot. And so I kept reporting. Finally, this past, like recently, there was maybe like a week or something where she was doing it. And I was just so annoyed, just so freaking annoyed. But also at the same time, God was waking me up at like 2, 3 in the morning. And he was like, you know, when God wakes you up at like 2, 3 in the morning, that means come talk to him, right? And so I was going into my prayer room one night, and I just sat there and I said, you know what, God, I really don't have a lot. I'm really kind of frustrated because I feel like you could be doing something more about this and helping me to enjoy my apartment. I feel at peace here, you know, all the things. And I felt like God said in that moment, this is me giving you a sign that you need to let this apartment go. You have continued to hold on to this apartment, but you're seeing that it's not getting you closer to your dream anymore. And that, yes, you needed to have this time here, but it's also time for you now to let it go. And I just had to get you agitated enough to get you to move. And I was like, no, you know, so at first I'm like, dang it, but I know you're right, God. And so I just, you know, pretty much bit the bullet in that moment. And I was like, okay. So I said, well, just help me in figuring out how to do it, right? So I started asking God, like, just give me the steps. Like, just tell me how to get out of my lease. Because now I'm like, I would be breaking the lease. Y'all know that's normally expensive and all the things. And I was like, I do not have money to be trying to break no lease. I mean, we could put it on the credit card. And it's like, I'm not trying to do that. So I said, you know what, God, if this is your will, y'all know how you be testing God even though he already told you what his will is. Okay. So I said, okay, God, if this is your will, then you will allow me to get out of this apartment lease for free. They will tell me I don't have to pay anything extra to get out of this lease. And wouldn't you know, long story short, that's exactly what happened. They were like, hey, this has not been your fault. We understand. We're upset that, or, you know, we're sad that this keeps happening and that it's not working out. But you go ahead, girl. Like, you do your thing. We know moving sucks too. So we're just going to alleviate all the stress of all of that by just allowing you to move out for free, or break your lease for free. And I was like, oh, okay, God, I see what you're doing. Right? So yeah, so that is why I'm moving out, and like those are the reasons I'm moving out and all the things. And then what was I gonna tell y'all? Okay, sorry y'all, I was picking up food. I don't even know where I left off. Me staying there longer than I needed to. A part of that was the feelings that I was having, that I think a lot of people who are in similar situations feel, right? Like, I felt, you know, ashamed. I felt guilty. I felt embarrassed. I felt all these things because I'm like, I love this apartment, and I feel like everyone who comes loves this apartment, and now I have to be like I'm moving out again, and I'm coming back to my parents' house and feeling like I'm behind, and feeling like I should have been a homeowner years ago. Like, all the thoughts come, right? And I just got to the point, thankfully, you know, God got me to that point because I asked him to, of like, you know what, this is your life. Like, girl, nobody else who you're thinking about what they're going to think about you, none of them get to live in your skin. None of them have to go to sleep with your thoughts at night. None of them are you, and they are all dealing with their own stuff in life. So why are you so prideful to think that they're thinking about what you're doing in your life? Like, girl, get over yourself and live the life that God has called you to live, and stop playing. And so literally that is the like energy I had to come with, and that finally got me to where I am right now, in terms of like not caring and just letting it all go. And so now I'm really excited to move back in, and I'm, you know, motivated to move back in, because now there's what do you call it? I don't know, motivation is not the word, but what's the word I'm looking for? Or maybe motivation is the word I'm looking for. Like, now I'm motivated to move back in, because that means I get to pay down debt. That means I get to save. That means I get to get a few steps closer to you know, moving into my own home and becoming a homeowner for real. And so I'm excited now, and I just really am excited to take y'all on the journey, because I really want to keep it real with y'all about this journey. And like, I don't know how much I'll give y'all, like how much of a view I'll give y'all into my finances and all that stuff, but I'll definitely be telling you guys, like, you know, quarterly how I'm doing, how I'm saving, how I'm paying down debt, and all the things. And yeah, I'm just really excited to do it, y'all. I'm just really excited to take it on this journey. So things that, or my goals, or like, this is pretty much like, I just really feel like by this time next year, I'm going to be able to say a whole lot of different things about my life. And I think there are 5 things that I absolutely believe I'm going to be able to like solidly say. And I'll tell you like how I'm going to measure if I can actually say them. So I'll just name the 5 things. I'm going to be able to say I am either well on my way to being, or I am already a homeowner, a business owner, a content creator, a speaker, and a community builder. So y'all know me, let's break it all down. So homeowner, basically I have a goal, of course, of like paying off my credit card by the end of this year. So in a few months. So paying off my credit card, paying down, of course, some of my student loan debt, and saving up. Now this is the hard one, because I want to save a lot, of course, because I'm trying to like save for a down payment and all the things. But my low bar goal, which is really low, I think these days, but my low bar goal is saving 10K, and then my high bar goal is saving like 20K. My parents have already said they're going to help me with a down payment and all the things, but I want to, you know, save a substantial amount in order to get me there too. So that's what I'm thinking is low bar 10K, high bar 20K. And so I am, well, high bar can be higher than 20K, but low bar is 10K. But that's what I want to save. And then in terms of so that will, like, if I've paid off my credit card, paid down debt, and I've also saved up that amount, then I'll be like, okay, I'm well on my way to being a homeowner. Prayerfully, God like shifts a miracle, makes something shake, makes something happen, and I'm literally already in my home by the next, you know, in the next year, whenever I call, or whenever I record this video again in a year. But yeah, so that's homeowner. Like, that's how I'm gonna measure that. I want to be a business owner. I already, if you didn't know, had a business called theTILAGO Stationery Company, where I was selling journals and pens and mugs and things like that. And I want to get back into that. I feel like I'm called to get back into doing that. So I want to start with selling digital products, digital journaling, and like, you know, stationery products, and then getting back into actually, you know, selling physical journals. And so, oh, I have one in the car. This is perfect. I was recording this earlier and I didn't have one to show y'all, so it was kind of dumb. But this is the blank edition. This is the actual journal that I created before, but I want to make a new iteration because I don't love the cover of this journal. It's like, it doesn't speak luxury to me anymore, and that's, you know, and that's what I want. And so I want to make an iteration of that, second like iteration of that. I want to sell some digital products, like I said. I want to sell some more mugs, like just different things. And so if I have begun to sell things again, then I will be able to say I'm actually a business owner again, if there's revenue coming in. Okay. Next, a content creator. I want to be monetized on YouTube. At the time that I'm recording this, I have 519 subscribers, but I'm far away from the 4,000 watch hours goal. And so help me, Father. But I want to be able to say that I'm getting paid to create content. That is what I am going to deem as a content creator for me in my life. And so, of course, the space that I'm focused on right now is YouTube. And so hopefully I'm able to say that by the next year. Not even hopefully, I'm going to be able to say that I'm getting paid to make content by next year. I am monetized on YouTube. I'm getting sponsorships, all the things. That's what's going to happen within the next year. So that's me being a content creator, being a speaker. I've already been a speaker, and, you know, spoken on stages. I've preached. I've been on staff at a church, and so I've preached a lot there. And then I got invited to speak and preach different places. But I want to, in order to say that I'm a speaker, I want to have had, this is a reach goal, but I want to have had 4 speaking engagements, paid speaking engagements, by the time that I record this in a year. And that will like lend me to say that I am a speaker again. I've taken a break from it because, like I said, y'all, I was just in a really bad place and I needed just a breather from everything. But now I'm ready to get back into it. I love teaching the Word of God. I absolutely love it. I love just sitting and talking to people about the Word of God. And then I just love like motivating and empowering people in any way that I can, and using my life experiences to help somebody else. And so if I get some paid engagements, you know, that can be on panels, that can be, you know, speaking on stages again, speaking on Sunday morning, speaking at events, women's events, millennial events, it doesn't matter. Like, I want to speak, and not just to say that I'm speaking either. Like, I want to speak because I believe that my purpose is to use my voice, and anytime and any chance I get to use my voice is really, truly, I'm humbled by it, and I just believe it's what I'm called to do. So that's going to be me being a speaker. And then the last thing I said was community builder. Okay, this one I'm putting out there, and I really have not got the ball rolling on this at all. So I gotta get moving, but like, I can't, like, now that I'm putting it out here into the atmosphere, like, I can't skimp on it, right? Can't back out. And so I've had a lot of friends and people in the city who have hit me up and just been like, man, I'm just looking for more community. Like, we just have conversations and they'll say that. And I am in the same boat, where I feel like in the city of Charlotte, we have a lot of like community groups, but not a lot of them, I don't know of really any, that are centered only around like our faith, right? And especially just for women, like women just being able to hang out, have a common denominator of our faith, and being able to go and do things, not having to explain why we're doing them. Like, I'm not going to explain to you. Now, I'm not somebody who believes that drinking is a sin, but I believe being drunk is a sin. I believe that's something that's in the Word of God, that He's called us not to be drunk, right? But I'm saying, like, I don't want to have to go to places and be like, this is why I'm not drinking, or this is why I'm not smoking, or this is why I'm not dancing the way you're dancing. This is why I'm not showing up to this party and that party. Like, I don't want that. I want people who are like-minded, to be able to just come together and just hang, just have a good time. And I feel like Charlotte is lacking that. And so I feel like, because it's a burden on me, that I'm somebody who's supposed to be building something. And so I've been saying that. I've only said this to 2 of my friends, but they actually really liked it. I thought it sounded kind of cheesy, but it's what came to mind. And now that they said that they like it, I'm like, okay, perfect. So I want to begin a like women's community group community called Holy Girl Hangs, where we literally, like, either I curate like a list of places where, like, hey, Holy Girls are gonna be here. That's how I'm gonna like frame it, like, the Holy Girls are gonna be here, and so we get to go. That actually sounds dope. The Holy Girls gonna be there, and so we get to go to like different events around the city together. Of course, we'll have our own events. We'll have Bible studies. We'll have all the things, man, all the things, worship nights, like everything. But I just want to create that and start that community. And so by the time that I, in a year, record this video again, my prayer is that I have done that. I have started the community group. I've had events, and the community is growing and is continuing to grow and continuing to go, because I feel like it'll be something really good for the city, really good for me, and really good for the people that I have, you know, who have reached out to me and who I have reached out to. So I'm excited about that. Okay, y'all, so this is Future Tiff coming to give you an update on Holy Girl Hangs. I have actually gotten the ball rolling on this. Since I recorded this video, it kind of pushed me to get the ball rolling, and so I put a feeler out there on Threads and on Instagram, and I had a lot of women reach out and, you know, say that they were interested in this community and in starting it and being a part of it and all the things. And so if you too are in Charlotte and you're interested in being a part of Holy Girl Hangs, then definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm communicating all updates right now via a broadcast channel. Of course, eventually we'll have a space where everyone can communicate and talk back and forth to one another, but right now we're on Instagram and the broadcast channel is called Holy Girl Hangs. My Instagram is at theTILAGO, so come and follow so you can learn more. And I think we're gonna have our first event on August the 3rd. I think it's gonna be like an outdoor, like park Bible study meet and greet type hang vibe, and so I want you guys to be a part of it. I want you to know all about it. And so if you're watching this before August 3rd, definitely come and hang with us, and if you're watching it after August 3rd, then just come follow me so that you can get, you know, updated and learn everything about it. But I'm really excited about it. The ladies seem to be excited about it, and so let's get it. I actually already got the ball rolling, so yeah, come and join us. All right, let's get back to the end of this video. But those are the 5 things I believe that God has called me to be and do so many things over this next year. And so I'm not moving backwards at all. I'm really moving forward, and I'm just excited. And so anyway, if you made it to this point in the video, then thank you so much for like watching. I hope that it encouraged you, or it gave you something to look forward to in your life, or, you know, it like changed your perspective on maybe something in your life. You're not, if God is pulling you back, or if he's sending you backwards. I've had so many backwards movements this year, y'all. I'm back at the same job I was at 2 years ago. You know, it's just a lot of backwards movement. I'm back on YouTube, all the things. But I really feel like I'm in a different space, so it feels like forward movement. And I just want to encourage you and let you know that, like, what you're doing, like, you're moving forward. You're moving forward. If you're following God, you're always moving forward. There's no backwards movement in God. He's using every season. He's using everything. And all you've got to do is just trust him and keep following him and keep seeking him. And he will continue to, you know, show up and lead you and guide you and answer. And so I'm excited about whatever he's going to do over this next year. I pray that, you know, this, like I said, this video like encouraged you in some way. You needed it. I hope you did. I don't know. Or if you're just here to support, I thank you. Like, thank you for supporting. I need all the prayers. I need all the, you know, all the prayers, all the support, because I'm, you know, I feel like these are some really big things that God is calling me to, but I really only want to do it for his glory. Like, I can't wait until next year when I'm recording this and I'm like, y'all, God really did his thing. Like, do y'all see my life? Like, I could not have written this myself. Could not have made this up. Like, this was all God. And so that's what I want to be able to say in a year. And all the things, and I'm going to be able to say all those things in a year. Okay, let's get it. So yeah, I'm just excited. I just really wanted to mark this day, and this video is probably already like 20 something minutes long, so let me stop yapping. And yeah, if you guys want to support in any way, and by any way I don't mean financially, like I mean, like, if you want to support by well, maybe I do mean financially, because if you want to support by buying something from the company, or whenever I launch it and all these things, if you just want to keep up so that you can support, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see all the updates, because I'm going to record like updates. I think at the minimum I'm going to record them quarterly, so you'll get 3 more of these. It might be every other month that I record them if you guys are enjoying them and want to hear like how things are going for me. But I'm moving out of my apartment in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks time is going to be the end or the last day that I can be here. And so I'm about to get into moving, and I don't think I'm going to vlog that. Like, I just need to move. I have not started packing at all. I haven't started decluttering really at all, and I need to do all those things. So yeah, just keep up with your girl by subscribing, following me on Instagram at theTILAGO. Yeah, I'm excited for the journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.